All right, we are officially live. How about that? I know it's our favorite thing to do. My name is Betsy Pilon, and I serve as the president of Hope for HIE. And tonight I am so excited to bring on Becky Detlef this evening, and talk about her new role with Hope for HIE. Becky has been a part of our community for several years. She has been one of our admins with the loss group, and I'll let her tell her own story in just a minute. But we are really excited to welcome her to the board of directors as our secretary. And so we just wanted to take some time tonight to chat with Becky, share her story, and share with all of you this new exciting role that she's taking on with Hope. So Becky, welcome. And do you want to just give a little bit of a background of, your involvement with Hope and, and your story and all of that?
Yeah, I'll be quick and concise because everybody likes that. So I've been a member of Hope for HIE since about April 2013. So was that 7.5 years? Yeah, 7.5 years. So I've been part of the loss group, unfortunately, pretty much that whole entire time because I didn't find Hope for HIE until after my son passed away. But I've been part of the community, the main group and the loss group for the whole time. I just feel like a sense of connection to the group, and I feel like this kind of gives me a purpose to like still live on through my son and do something that kind of gives his life some purpose. Yeah. Anything else?
No, I think I want to thank you for sharing that. We were excited. We always use these words like excited that are weird words to use in our community. But when we talk about things that are really awful and hard, but really, I think that's really kind of the core of who we are as a community, is trying to transform the suffering and the hard into something meaningful. And to see you these past several years, help to admin our loss community, to bring your perspective. I know that you attended, on behalf of the foundation almost a year ago, in December, the Child Neurology Foundation peer-to-peer support training, and you were fired up to come back and help, see how we can implement some of the best practices from that. And have that perspective when we talk about like diversity on the board and in our community. We are a worldwide community of all backgrounds, all faiths, no faiths, the entire range of outcomes of our children. And we want to make sure that we have that voice and that representation on our board. And I'm just so grateful for the work that you have done and taking this on to continue your son's legacy, as well as making sure that in our planning as a foundation and as a board, that we are thoughtfully considering and moving forward initiatives. And one, I know you've been involved in all of them and and everything that we've been doing. But I know in particular, in the past year, a lot of the things that we've been doing, you've been really elevating our lost voices and looking at how we can continue to, really tell those stories and, bring dignity and respect to those lives and those families. And I just really think that's, such an amazing part of our foundation, and it's because of you. So, and your efforts to have your voice and the voices of that particular part of our community heard. So that's been really great to hear. So I guess tell me some more about, your life, your family, all of this, to get to know you a little bit more. I mean, I know a lot of things, but.
Yeah. I have 2 children. They are 6 and 4. They're the cutest kids ever. So sorry, everyone else watching. I'm just kidding. So Hannah is 6. She's my daughter. And then my son is Nicholas. He's 4. I'm also married to a mailman. So yeah, support the post office. Yeah, I'm also like, I'm kind of a really boring person. I would say like my family is like, it's so cliche, but like my family is like my best friends, like my sister-in-laws, my brothers, like that's pretty much all I hang out with. So I'm kind of a homebody, hang out with my family. And that's it.
That's
So,
awesome. So what are some of the things that I know you, especially going to that training last year, that you learned, or things that you want to bring to this role?
oh, I did not prepare for this question.
Sorry for the hardball question.
Yeah, what I learned at the training was just how important peer support is. So I'm trying to implement, trying to find the right words, a way to make sure that everybody's always feeling connected. And whether it's, loss is a very difficult topic, to kind of always have that fun, positive side to that story. But I am trying to do small things. We've started doing some Zoom calls, and I think we're one of the very few groups that has done Zoom calls. And they're actually like, they're fun. Like we talk about reality TV, we talk about other stuff, which kind of just makes us feel closer. So I'm just kind of hoping to use my voice to make the small knit community like somewhere that everyone feels like is home.
That's awesome. Yeah, those Zoom calls, when you first started launching them, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's such a great idea. So that's been so great to see how that has really grown and had so much positive feedback from those that have been a part of those initiatives too. It's so great.
I try.
Awesome. And so in your role on the board, you are serving as the secretary, replacing Lindsay Van Zant, who served on our board for several years. She was, I think about 5 years, so a long time. And it's just been so great to get you on the board, and get to know you more. And I'm really looking forward to serving together as we move forward. If anyone has questions for Becky, feel free to throw them in the comments. And if not, we can call it a night, but we did want to introduce you tonight. And, if there's anything that, that we can do for you as a community, we're always here. And Becky, we're just so excited to have you on the board. So
yeah, I think I'm excited too. So
awesome. Great. Well, everyone that has been watching, thank you so much for tuning in this evening. And we'll be here. If you have questions, want to reach out, feel free to do so. We're always available. You can just message the page at any time. You can comment on this. We have a very important question that just popped in.
Gosh.
One, David Ford. Did you get your Peloton session in today?
Not yet. I will.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Oh, someone said, do you have support groups in Northern Nevada? We have a Nevada group. So make sure if you aren't a member of that, we have state groups. So make sure, Sarah, if you are not a member of the state-based groups, that you join the Nevada group. And all of our support groups, you can access on the page that you're on right now, because we're live on the main foundation page. And under the groups tab, it'll either be on the top or along the side. You can click on groups and you can view all the groups that we offer. So we have location-based groups, topic-based groups, age, outcome, the whole gamut of support. So please make sure that you're accessing that. And checking that out. We have a support group for extended family. We have a support group for professionals. We have a new to HIE for families that are, within the first year of diagnosis. So we have all sorts of different support. Nancy Kalamusa is also waving. She's a member of our medical advisory board. Hello, Nancy. Thank you for joining us. David is saying, glad to have you on the board. So that's great. Yep. David Ford is also on the board. Also very rhymes. Very, very rhymey. He works a lot on fundraising and advocacy. So if you aren't familiar with our board, you can go to our website and we'll be updating that. I know that Annie Geller, who is also on our board, who works on a lot of our PR and marketing and website, blog posts, things like that. I think she's going to be doing a little write-up about Becky as well. So be looking for that. If you got our newsletter, you can sign up for our newsletter on our website. And we sent out an announcement of Becky joining the board in our last newsletter. So there's all sorts of ways to stay in touch with us. If you have ideas, you have different things you want us to know about, again, please feel free to reach out to us at any time through the page, through email, whatever works for you. So I'm going to wrap this up. But Becky, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I really appreciate it. And we'll make sure that we'll be communicating out more about the happenings of the foundation. And again, excited to have you on board.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks,
Have a good night.
everyone. Okay. Bye-bye.